Hey everyone, this is exciting news. Now it's not confirmed. This is more of a theory. This is actually updated since last time I have made the video. I've already made a video on Disney possibly returning to 2D animation. This is updated. And the reason why I'm updating this is because there's a new I think it's a commercial or short or something. I think it's a commercial where they have 2D animation again, and it's the 101 Dalmatians movie. I've seen that movie a long time ago, but I don't remember what that movie's about. I just figured, because Vil mentioned, the 2D animation, I figured why not talk about it. And sorry if the dog's barking. The freaking dog next door pisses me off. She barks nonstop. She's annoying. I really don't like her. She just decided to just bark. Like, as soon as I make the video, she decides to bark. But basically though, I got the video earlier. I couldn't make it earlier because I was in town. Was visiting my mother and her friend Jane. I actually got a video of her new house. I don't know if I mentioned that in my past videos that she actually moved back to Missouri. She's in Fulton now. I got a video of her house. The video mostly turned out okay. It didn't turn out the best. I mean, the most of it turned out okay, but the parts, like I mentioned, were the ones that didn't turn out okay were the darker spots in the basement and stuff. Those didn't turn out too well. The house is a bit older, so yeah, it didn't. Some of the places were darker, so yeah, but the video turned out pretty okay, I think. I haven't checked back at it yet. I'll probably mention that in my Fairly Odd Parents video tomorrow. But I'm not here to talk about the house. I'm here to talk about Disney's 2D animation. Finally, something actually positive about Disney. I swear I'm tired of talking about negative crap about Disney. It's nothing, it's nonstop all the time with Disney these days. It's just freaking negative stuff. And this is something this is not, I don't know if they've proven this or not, but I think they have talked about how 2D animation may be returned. I think they've confirmed it, actually, back in April, according to Vil. One of the guys there, working there, somebody actually cares about Disney and wants to make people happy, is deciding to make 2D films again. So we're probably gonna see some 2D films down the road, and the 101 Dalmatians is just one step closer. I don't mind CGI. I really don't. I mean, Ice Age is a good movie, and it's CGI. I like it. I think it'd be better in CGI than 2D animation. My problem is they got way too competitive with CGI, and that's all they were focusing on, CGI. Now, CGI isn't, 2D animation isn't enough to make a film good. It's also about the writing, too, but the animation is a big part of the movie. That's what made Disney. And that's where their downside of their company started, too. When they started focusing on CGI, their company, I noticed, started to drift. It started to drift, though. And it started to drift and got worse and worse, and now we're here where it's really bad. And to know that 2D animation is gonna return to Disney, that's great. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video how it may not return. I forgot that they actually confirmed it, so we will see 2D animation again. That's good. Maybe DreamWorks will make 2D animation again, and so will Paramount. Well, I think Paramount and Warner Brothers have made 2D animated films. They're the ones still making. At least Warner Brothers has still made 2D animation. They have. They had a Space Jam, The New Legacy, and some Scooby-Doo films have all been, 2D animation, but Disney had went full head on CGI, and yeah, I guess you can argue that Space Jam 2, was not all 2D animation, but a lot of it was. They were in the 2D world and all that, and just the real world was CGI, so kind of like the original film. The original film, once you take that, the original film was it was kind of CGI, kind of nice, a mix between CGI and 2D animation, but I don't know, but yeah, overall it seems like Disney may be going back to 2D animation now. If they're gonna stick with this a long time, I'm not sure, because it doesn't feel like Disney is really at taking risk as much as they were, and that's the problem with the early 2000s. Is they see that because a lot of their films bombed in the box office, they basically quit taking risk and they ended up moving to CGI. So yeah, and here's the thing: if 2D animation's returning, maybe the 2D castle will return too. It may return. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the I actually used this on the original thumbnail for the one I talked about a couple months ago, where they had where I showed the 2D castle up for the thumbnail. I didn't do that this time. I wanted it to be different, but yeah, the fact that they're going back to 2D animation maybe means they may go back to the old castle. Now, I had some people comment down below on that video, telling me the CGI castle or Pixar may return too. They're hoping it will return too, but I wouldn't hold your breath on it. Honestly, I really wouldn't. Trust me, I missed that castle. I wish they would bring it back, but I don't know if they're gonna bring it back anytime soon. They could, they might, but the possibility of that happening is like, oh, let's see, how can I compare it? Or I guess I can say this: the possibility of that happening is like finding Kmart's in America. That's the possibility of the CGI castle returning, which is very unlikely. It can happen, but it's very unlikely, especially with the people in charge now. The reason why I think, doing this, though, is good is because it'll give people who grew up with Disney in the 90s and in the early 2000s to have this 2D animation return. That'd be great. We can see more 2D animated films, maybe a little CGI too, but mix it up a bit. Because I'm sick of seeing CGI films. I don't mind seeing if it comes on, but I'm like, yay, it's a CGI film, hooray, sarcastically. I'd rather see, some 2D animated films too. And we had Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. However, that film was not received the best. It didn't bomb per se. Well, I wouldn't say bomb I can't remember if they put it in the theaters or not, but it didn't do terrible, but it didn't do great either. It was in the middle, and that's kind of how some of the early 2000 films were too. They were kind of like that too, but I think Chip and Dale, though, got more hate, though, than the other films in the 2000s because of Peter Pan. They turned Peter Pan into a villain. They did Scrappy-Doo to him and turned him into a complete villain and ruined his character. It's like, at least what I've heard. I have not seen the film, so I cannot say that for sure, but that's what I've heard from people, that they're not happy that Peter Pan became a villain and all that, but I mean, I don't know, though, but I don't know, but that's kind of why I think it did kind of bad. Plus, I think it's supposed to be called a Rescue Rangers, but it doesn't feel like a Rescue Rangers movie, I heard, too. It's not a Rescue Ranger movie. It's a journey kind of running into references and stuff and all that, which I still question how they got a hold of all that stuff, especially Ugly Sonic, because I'm like, I mean, they could have asked Paramount to use it, but I wouldn't doubt if they used it without their permission, because there hasn't been any complaints though with Paramount though. But I don't know. I just think it's funny too how they also people were complaining how Ugly Sonic was being in the Sonic trailer, but then when they put it on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, they're all praising it and stuff and putting them in their thumbnails. I'm like, why? Like, I don't know why people would complain about it and then they put it in the Rangers movie and it's fine, but I don't know. I think he looks ugly. I don't like his design. I think he looks just terrible. I'm glad they fixed it in the Sonic movie, but we just gotta watch the movie and see it, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, overall they are starting to make 2D animation again, which is good. It's another step in the right direction, And yeah, the 2D castle does, I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know if people know this or not, but people who watch my channel, the 2D castle does appear on Disney Channel and Disney Junior. It does appear occasionally. It doesn't appear all the time, but occasionally it'll appear at the end of the credits. I was watching Gravity Falls on there one time, and I saw it on there, and yeah. I was watching Gravity Falls mainly because I wanted to like video the commercials because you know they were shutting down the channels on TV, so I wanted to do that. So yeah. But overall though, tell me what you guys think. You guys think it's great that Disney is going back to 2D animation? I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's actually not good, it's just great. It's great to see 2D animation. You get something positive about Disney. I'm glad about that. I mean, it's one step in the right direction for this company to get better. I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon, but that's a start. And also, I hope they do bring back that CGI castle, but we can all dream, can't we? We can all dream about that for Pixar. We can all dream. Anywho, I think it's about time I let this video go. But remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Fairly Odd Parents. Anywho, bye bye.